My guess is you have heard of Gary Vaynerchuk or Gary V, right? And he's always out there telling people to hustle, do this, do that. There's money to be made. You gotta, get going. You gotta start now. You have to hustle. But is hustling the right way to actually make money online? Yes and no. Let me give you my take on it. Hustling, from my own experience, all hustling did was it wore me out. I was extremely tired. I was always worried about my business because if I wasn't actively pursuing whatever it was, I wasn't making any money because what my business thrived on was hustling from me. But that's not what I wanted to do. That's not the reason why I started an online business. I didn't start so that I can hustle, work 23 and a half hours every single day. That's not why I started. I started to spend more time with my family, with my friends, to do the things that I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, and nobody was going to tell me that I had to do this or I had to do that. So, what is my definition of hustling? Well, hustling, in my opinion, shouldn't be all about getting out there, grinding, working 12 hours a day. Yeah, that works. But if you want to be truly happy, you don't just need to hustle. You need to think smart. Okay? Let me give you a little bit of advice. From my own experience. That's all I can do is give you advice based on what I've experienced in life and business myself. So, the first thing, when I first got started, I was writing articles for a website, and I was writing, I think, 2 to 3 articles every single day. I was trying to build links to the site, and then after that, I went on to create multiple sites. And at a certain point, I had hundreds and hundreds of sites that I myself was trying to manage everything, but then I delegate certain tasks. What I ended up doing was I stopped a lot of that and went on to think smart. Instead of hustling 24/7, I decided if I spent 2 to 3 hours a day delegating, thinking smart, planning ahead, I will be more successful. And guess what? It didn't take long before my thinking smart, in addition to the hustle that I put in the beginning, started to pay off. That hustle that I put in the beginning, those 8, 10, 12, 16-hour days, what ended up happening is that initial start that I had, it started to really grow because I was thinking smart. I took the money that I was making and I invested into virtual assistants, invested into different platforms, to software, to different services to take some of the load off of me and put it onto somebody else. Okay? So I wasn't doing 100% of the work. Now, the majority of the stuff that I do, or pretty much everything that I do, a lot of it is done by 90 to, let's say 90% of other people do the majority of the work. Okay? I'm pretty much the idea guy. I do a lot of the, delegate the task. And then my VAs will write a lot of the articles. They'll do a lot of the editing. They'll do a lot of the publishing. They'll reach out to other content creators, to other bloggers, to other vloggers, to other people. And we will create, a network that way. Okay? And so that was me thinking smart. I wrote down what was my ultimate goal. So I had it on my whiteboard. I'd write it down. Okay. I want to work less than 20 hours a week. That was my goal. Okay, how can I work 20 hours a week? Well, you take 20 hours a week and you divide it up by, let's say you have, 10 different tasks. If you average it out and you want to, divide your tasks evenly, that means you have 2 hours on every single task every single week, and then you have to divide that up by, you only have 7 days a week. Do you want to spend 20 hours in one day working and take the rest of the time off, or do you want to spend, 2 hours a day or 2.5 hours a day and make it up that way? What is it that you want to do? And that's really up to you to decide. So, the reason why I bring this up is because I know a lot of people that are out there hustling. They follow Gary Vaynerchuk on Instagram and, everywhere else, okay? On YouTube, wherever. And he's always out there saying you need to hustle. He's flying across the country. He's flying across the world doing, speaking engagements, running his VaynerMedia, whatever business. He's doing all this stuff. But he seems happy. Okay, he honestly seems happy. But is that something that he wants to do for the rest of his life? Probably not. He probably has other goals, other bigger goals, that what he's doing now, his hustle, okay, his 3 to 5 year hustle that he's doing, it's going to propel him to that next level, to those bigger goals, to maybe buy another company, to invest in other companies, to buy the jets or whatever he wants to buy. So he has a lot of options. And it's because not only is he hustling, but he's thinking smart. He doesn't do everything himself. You think he's sitting there editing a YouTube video for himself? No, he's not. Do you think he's making phone calls to arrange meetings? No, he's not. Do you think he's out there booking his flights to fly across the country or fly across the world? Probably not. He probably has somebody else that is their job, that is their task to do every single day, is to understand his travel plans and to book them ahead of time. So when I say get out there and hustle and make that money, I'm simply talking about get it out there and figure it out. Okay? Your hustle can be a mental hustle. It doesn't have to be physical. You don't have to get out there and run ragged for 12 hours a day, because I used to do this. Okay? I used to do this. I had my office, I had my desk facing the wall. Behind me was, not in this office, but I had my desk, my computer, everything was facing the wall. Behind me was a whiteboard. To the left of me was a whiteboard. To the right of me was shelves. So what I would do is have a chair similar to this one. I'd roll back and forth. I'd be working on the computer. Actually, I had 2 computers at the time. I'd have 2 computers running simultaneously. Turn over. I'd see my whiteboard. This is everything that I had to do. Behind me was stuff that I'd do videos on. And it wasn't just for a home and entrepreneur. This was before a home and entrepreneur. This was back when I was doing mostly websites. I was running a team of people for a freelance business. Then on these shelves over to the right of me, I don't know. Anyway, this is the right of me. I think my camera's backwards anyway. But to the right of me, what I would do is I'd have shelves of just a bunch of different things, bunch of tasks. I'd have papers lined up. I'd have a whole bunch of different jobs. And then I'd delegate those every single night to my different employees. They're my VAs. Call them employees, VAs, same thing. Anyway, so I would do that every single day. And I would do this for so many hours a day. So the whole point is, you need to hustle. You need to figure out what's going to make you that money. But at the same time, your initial hustle should turn into a smarter business. You need to be and have that CEO mentality. Okay? So your mental hustle needs to be stronger than your physical hustle. If it is, you will be able to make more money. You will go from making 6 figures in a year to making 7 figures. You'll be able to go from making $100 a day to $1,000 a day. And it doesn't matter what business you're in. You could be running an eBay business. Think about this, okay? Because a lot of people have sold stuff on eBay. So let me just bring this example to your attention. Let's say you're selling on eBay. Great, wonderful, that's awesome. Make that money. But you are listing all the items yourself. So you're the lister. But who's out there sourcing your inventory? Who's out there contacting suppliers? Are you buying your stuff from thrift stores and garage sales? If you are absolutely hustling. You're 100% hustler, okay? Because that's a lot of work. There's no lazy eBay sellers if they're out there making $10,000 plus a month. Okay, they are putting in the work. So what I want to tell you is, if you want to think smart and have a mental hustle, what you need to do is you need to either list the items yourself, or you hire somebody to list it and take the pictures. You need to be out there sourcing, or you need to hire somebody, maybe a virtual assistant, to contact suppliers, okay, manufacturers, contact liquidators that just have a bunch of excess inventory that they're trying to get rid of. You will have a VA that's going to do that work, while you have somebody else doing the listing and the prepping, and maybe you do the shipping, or you have somebody else doing that. So you go from an absolute 100% crushing it hustler to now you have the mental hustle. You have the CEO mentality where you're thinking smart, you're writing stuff down, you're planning ahead. That is what's going to get you to that next level. Like I talked about with Gary Vaynerchuk. He's doing all the stuff now. He's hustling. He's flying every single day. There's days he'll be on the East Coast. He'll do a speaking engagement. Then he'll fly to the West Coast. And then he'll go down south. And maybe he'll fly to Canada. He could be doing this in a single day. Okay? With airplanes, with the way things go right now, he's absolutely killing it. He's really crushing it. Okay? That's probably why he wrote the book. But you got to understand, that's what he's doing now. Is that what he's going to do for the next 20 years? Probably not. Because nobody can keep up that pace for 20 years consistently. So what's going to happen is he's going to take that money, he's going to take the businesses and the network and the contacts that he's accumulated all this time, and he's going to put that into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and keep on going. Okay? So is hustling the way to go? In the beginning, yes. But is it the smartest move? No, it's not. If you want to make it in online business, be an entrepreneur. You can. And hustling will work in the beginning. But is it going to take you to that next level every single step of the way? Probably not. That is why hustling and thinking smart, they're 2 separate things. They can go hand in hand. if you do it correctly. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. This video wasn't to really teach you something, just to kind of get you to open up your mind, think a little bit differently, and understand that it's not all on your shoulders. As the CEO of your company, as the president, as the founder, whatever you want to call it, okay? You can call yourself whatever you want. It's your business. But as the CEO or founder, president, whatever you want to be, the owner, it's all up to you to structure your company, your business around your future goals. So hopefully this video helped you out and motivated you. If it did, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. I'll see you guys on the next video.